Learning how to reliably place and assess your gear placements is the first step to being confident enough to push yourself on a trad lead. So let's dive into the essentials. Before you even think about gear placements, assess the rock quality. Look around and check for soft, crumbly, or hollow rock. One way to test is by knocking with your carabiner. If it sounds hollow, it could be dodgy. Also, look for thin cracks or seams. This could mean the rock isn't fully attached. Now let's talk cams. Cams work best in parallel-sided cracks, where all lobes expand equally. Here's an example of a perfect 5 out of 5 cam placement. Look how all the lobes are evenly expanded. If there's a slight offset, that's fine. It's still a solid 4 out of 5, but avoid extremes, like this one. Let's call it a 1 out of 5. It's weak because only 2 lobes are engaged. Undercamming should be avoided as it reduces the cam's effectiveness. A cam place like this is maybe a 2 out of 5. If that's all you have, it's better than nothing, but it's not ideal. Overcamming happens when you force it into a tight placement. This won't fail, but it can make retrieval an absolute nightmare, so avoid it unless you've got no other choice. If you're in a horizontal crack, a good tip is to place the outer lobes at the bottom. This spreads the force wider in the direction of a fall and makes your placement a little bit stronger. Cams can walk in certain conditions. Movement of the rope as you climb can cause them to wiggle further into a crack. So to prevent this, extend the piece with a quick draw or extender. Now, let's talk about nuts. They work best in V-shaped cracks, where the fissure narrows towards the bottom. This wedge effect means the nut can't be pulled out, which means it's pretty bomber in decent quality rock. With nuts, there are essentially 4 different ways to place them. The most important thing is how much contact the nut has with the rock. So here's an example of a perfect 5 out of 5 nut placement. Here's a 3 out of 5 nut placement. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect either. If the rope pulls sideways, the nut can pop out. Here's an example. This nut was placed well, but I clipped it to the wrong rope and it was pulled sideways and out it came. To fix this, clip the nut to the correct side so the direction of pull is down the length of the wire. This way, the gear beneath it will keep it securely in place. The key to mastering gear placement is practice. Start on easy terrain and build your confidence. You'll soon learn what's good and what's not. Next week, we'll look at building anchors, so be sure to give me and IPTV a wee follow if you don't want to miss it.